Hold on. I thought it was. Wait.
Oh my God.
No sound. Oh no. Wait.
There's a green light.
Hold on. The green light is on. No sound. No sound.
Well, thank you, Ramberger. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Nikita, can you hear us now?
All right. So
Maybe
that's always fun. Aw. Test, test. Is that coming through now, y'all? All right, cool. Thank you so much. Thanks for letting us know. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. All right. Treehouse. Oh, treehouse makeout.
We just got these microphones, so we're learning how to use them. Thank you for being so kind and letting us know.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one. So that's going to hit the Pantone color of the year too, because they're talking like pastels and like chalky colors and whatnot. I forget what they were calling it, like cloud something. I have to look at it again. But
I don't know if anybody heard you about what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, right now, this is the new pat gels from Young Nails. I got my Whatnot haul in today. So I just wanted to kind of look at the colors. I was waiting to go live to look at it.
Kim Murphy says hi.
Hey, Kim. Welcome in, friend. How are you? Ooh, I like that one. I'm always a sucker for a blue. Curfew Kisses. Okay. I think I heard that Habib's wife pretty much names most of these colors. Candy on a stick, but I guess there's also a few colors that have been named like after other employees. That's pretty too. That'll hit Pantone's color prediction for 2026 too. Other employees.
Oops.
Whoa.
That's you.
That'll hit. No, stop. Nobody wants to hear that twice. Hey, Tammy, welcome in, friend.
Tamis 7193.
Tanis. Oh, Tanis.
Tamis.
Yay, welcome in. Yeah, I got the winter ones too. I really like that too. That's pretty. I'm not always a green girl, but there's certain shades of green that's pretty. That's gonna look great for summer. All right, and then early birdie. There you go. There's the butter yellow, y'all. That this is gonna be hot. They're predicting this is still butter yellows are gonna be a hot color coming up. So
who's predicting?
What?
Who's predicting?
Pantone.
Who's Pantone?
Pantone is like a paint collection or think of like a I don't know, like the Anna Prada of the color world.
They're back.
All right. So super cute. I love my new collection. I can't wait. But I guess I'm gonna have to. Nobody wants spring colors right now.
I'll take spring colors.
So that's all right. We'll play with them. So today, I'm good. I got those pictures. Yeah. So today, what we're gonna do is like break it down to principles, right? Step one. So before we can get into like how to lay acrylic on the nail, whether it's an overlay, a tip, sculpts, whatever. Step one is mixing your liquid and powder and pulling a pearl that you want every single time. So I figure let's make sure we start at the beginning because I know when we get into motion, a lot of things are happening all at the same time. So let's break it down to like step one. You have your liquid and your powder. So you have your monomers and you have your polymers. And then the two meet, they come together, they create a polymer. Poly meaning many chains, or poly means many. So in this case, many chains. Now, sometimes some people might say that they feel a little heat. It's not often, but sometimes you might feel a little heat either coming off the acrylic or onto the nail plate. That's fine. It's normal. All it is when the liquid meets the powder, it explodes, causing heat in the reaction of it hardening or curing, polymerizing. So there we go. So let me get my dish. Let me get my brush. All right. So I'm going to use my Artistic Sculptor. This is my favorite brush. It's my go-to. I know a lot of people will get the Greg brush. That's a great brush too. It's a little bit larger. It's a size 12, I believe, where this one is like a 10. It's just the one I like. I can pull a monster, a great big old pearl with it. I can go smaller. You use what you like. Now, if you need something that's a little bit more like Amazon friendly, you can go into like a lot of people like this one. This is a Pana, Pana. You can get this all day and all night on Amazon. This is a size 12, so it's a little bit larger, right? If you notice here at the ferrule, like where all the hairs are glued into the metal part, this is really, really smooth, where you can see this one has a little bit of a crimp in it, or it's pinched. This one is not pinched. So if you like a pinch, just take like, what are they called? Pliers, and just put a small pinch into it. That's fine. You can do that too. I pulled this one out in case we have any DIYers or someone that wanted something that was a little bit more friendly to cost or just ease of Amazon. These are fairly inexpensive. I mean, they're great for starting out. If you're going to do a lot of acrylic work, though, I find that this doesn't last long because it's just such a basic. It is Kolinsky hair, so that is great. It just doesn't seem to last up as like longevity, where the artistic sculptor you might pay a few dollars more for, but if you take care of it, it most certainly will last a whole lot longer. So, brushes, yeah.
I got mine.
Yep.
See?
Look, cameraman got himself a brush. Look, he got himself a brush.
Yeah, we'll see.
So, and oh yeah, and he's already broken his in. Do you have another brush that you haven't opened up yet?
No.
Okay, never mind then. We won't go over that. So, I don't know if you guys have ever used a brand new brush when it's all like kind of gummed and like tight together. First thing you would do is start brushing it out. I just take a clean manicure brush and I just kind of brush it to loosen all of that up, and then go into the monomer. Just a quick, fast, easy way of like breaking in and opening up a new brush. So I didn't know if you wanted to use this. That's why I pulled it out. But you want to use yours. Yeah.
Yep. I got my
cool.
two. I got my other one.
Like he's got this one too. It's a size 10.
I think it's 12, isn't it?
It says 10.
Oh, really?
So.
This
this is brand new. Look.
Yeah.
So see, this hasn't been used yet. See, it's all stiff and crunchy. Right. I don't know if you guys heard the crunch in that.
I did.
Yeah. So really all you want to do is take a new manicure brush or a clean manicure brush, and you're just going to brush it out and get all of that resin or gummy that's in there holding it together, and all the bristles will start to open up. You'll start to see some of it in there. That's okay. We're going to put it in the monomer, and the monomer will help clean the rest of it out. So there are your brushes.
Cool.
All right. Liquid. Step 1. Monomer, right? Liquid. I love that we call it liquid now. It's so much easier. But it's monomer. So we're going to take our brush, and right at that ferrule area, right before the hairs, hold it there, and it'll just allow you to pour just a little bit, and then your brush goes in.
So what's the purpose of that? Just to kind of soak the brush a little bit?
Yeah, but you want to be like, what's the purpose of what? Like,
to keep it from splashing while you pour it over the brush.
Oh, so you can control your pour, so it doesn't like drip down and go everywhere. You can kind of control how much you're pouring out and whatnot. Okay. All right. I know. Pour some of yours, cameraman.
I don't have a thing to
you
do.
sure
Oh, you got me one?
Yay! Look at this. This is going to be like pro teach beginner.
Yeah, look, I got my own. There you go.
Yeah. He sure does. Look, all I do to cap my like ceramic dishes is I just use the lid of like an old monomer jar, an old liquid jar. I learned that from nail culture. The first time I went out to Vegas, she was doing that. I was like, that is like the greatest trick ever, because it keeps it nice and contained, easy, because I don't like the cork. The cork always seems to get kind of gross. All right.
Do you want me to put it in there and like mess it up?
Yes. Okay.
Like this?
No, get it on there first.
I like that way.
Well, however, like lefty. Yep. So you're gonna put it over. Yep. Nice and flat.
That's not over it.
Nice and flat. Like you want it
right.
So it's over the hole. Yeah. And then pour it in.
Like that?
I mean, you're not holding it flat anymore. No, stop.
I don't like this here. I don't want to do that. This is a weird angle. Go
Well,
ahead.
then make it a not weird angle. You got, you don't have to be like all over the place. Just
Okay.
put it where you need it to be, right? So I'm not left-handed, so I'm gonna put the bottle, my dominant hand. I'm gonna
Right.
hold the brush with my non-dominant hand,
Right.
and see how I make a T.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Yeah. See how I make a T,
Mm-hmm.
and that way when I go to pour, it's just gonna pour gently down my brush.
Oh, that's like so precise.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Step one.
Step one.
Step one, you gotta
Oh
get the
my
liquid
God.
into your jar.
Oh my goodness.
Let's
Step
go.
T
Oh my God.
down here. T. Right?
Okay,
T.
but don't put your fingers in it.
Okay. T.
All right, make sure you can pour it in.
T.
Yeah, make yourself comfortable though.
I can't. There's hands in my way.
Okay, stop. Move the hands or move the jar.
I'm just trying to make
Okay.
it move for you, so you don't have to.
No, it's okay. This
Wait on me.
is quite entertaining. What do y'all think?
All
right, come
I
on.
got it. It's flat. Oh no.
No, you're
Oh,
okay.
it's
Now,
pouring.
oh my goodness gracious!
Oh my
You
God.
see this?
It's like
All right.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's enough.
All right.
Okay, there you
I
go.
got it.
Drop your brush in there. Oh my
It's
gosh!
kind of like after beer. Too much beer.
Right, put your brush in the dish.
All right.
Let
Cool.
go. There you go.
All right.
Get that out of your way now.
All right. That's out of my way.
Okay. So
Sorry about that, folks. That was a little bit more complicated than I thought. Oh my God.
look at the messy.
I know I made a mess.
Do you see the messy?
I made a mess.
He's messy Bessie over here.
I'm
Very
very-
entertaining. Thanks,
very
Kim. Yes.
I'm very messy.
It's like a small peephole into my day-to-day interactions with cameraman here. He's gonna
She loves me.
I do. Look at messy Bessie over here. Okay.
Ah,
So listen.
I'm a trophy husband.
Yes. It's very pretty. All right. So let's go. Ready? You have liquid, you have powder, monomer, polymer. For you guys that might be in beauty school and whatnot, usually, I mean, back in the day, it's been a couple years since I read the textbook, but the answer used to be 1.5 parts wet to 1 part dry. No, there's no technical way of truly measuring it.
Yeah.
It just basically means a little wetter than a little powder, a little bit more liquid than it is powder. That's just because in beauty school, you need to have definitive questions and answers, right? In real life, we learn other things. In real life, we learn like when you want a drier bead or something that's more clay-like, opposed to when you might want something that's a little bit wetter so you can trust the run. So you learn those things as you go and knowing what pearl you want for what purpose. So all the way in the liquid, right? So we go all the way in. If you have a brush that is pinched, that has that crimp right there in the ferrule, always follow the way it comes out. If you're using a Young Nails brush, just follow where the writing is on the handle and you'll be able to follow the ferrule of the brush or the way the brushes are glued together. If your brush is not crimped, you don't have that.
Well, what I could do though is use the same side, because if I put the Nick Pro down on the bottom, and I know that's my bottom,
that's fine.
That way when I turn it,
Yeah,
to go use it, I can turn it.
You could totally do that. Or later,
just to
you
get
can
that
decide
practice.
to crimp your own brush. You can totally do that. Just get a pair of pliers and pinch it down right there.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So all the way in the liquid. When we say all the way in the liquid, we press it down so the brush looks kind of like that. So you're going to actually kind of like that. And when you do that motion, yep, see how we get a little twisted though on these hairs? Try to make that a little bit straighter. There, that's better. A little bit straighter. So when you do that motion, that just helps get the air bubbles out. So when you get your powder and you get your pearl, you won't have a lot of bubbles in your acrylic mixture. All right. All the way in. And then when we come all the way in, you're going to come to the side of the jar just under the ferrule, zone 3 of your brush. You're going to just tap on the side. The more pressure you use, the more tapping you use, the more liquid you're going to release out of the brush. And you'll start to see it kind of come to the tip of the brush. Let me see if I can do that for the camera. So you go all the way in, right? And then you're going to go tap. And you'll start to see the extra liquid moving towards the tip of the brush and releasing back into the jar.
I see that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
You're kind of like saturating it, and then you're like, all right, let's get rid of the excess.
That's exactly it.
You
So
don't want to be like drippy.
no, if
You
you
just want to be
know.
moist
Well,
or wet.
yes, but we want to avoid that word.
Oh.
It doesn't bother me. I just know a lot of people don't like that
Oh,
word.
okay.
So
Apologies.
we're going to try to avoid that word.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
You just don't want it to be like too wet and too drippy, right? So all the way in, and then we're going to tap, tap, tap on the side. The side of the brush that you did not tap on. So the opposite side, that's the side that goes into the powder. All the way in the liquid, tap, tap, tap. And then we'll go in the powder and we're going to bounce, bounce, bounce. Right, that's a booger of a pearl. Let's do that again. All the way in, tap, tap, tap. And then we're going to bounce, bounce, bounce. That's when the liquid and the powder meet and you get a nice little pearl.
Yeah, so it's clearing up. It's like leveling out kind of all the bubbles that were in it. All the
Yes.
bumps.
Yes. All right, ready? You want to try it? You want me to see it again? I'll show you a few more things.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to go all the way in, tap, tap, tap. You can see how nice and swole the brush is there, nice and wet. And then you have to use some pressure when you're bouncing in the powder. If you do not use pressure, if you do not use enough pressure, if you just kind of go in, oh, see, I can never do it on purpose. If you don't use enough pressure, the ball won't connect and it'll kind of like drop itself back into the powder. If that happens, leave it in the powder. Leave it, leave it, leave it. The powder will eventually dry and then you'll be able to scoop it out and take it out. If you keep trying to fish for it, you're just going to make a booger of a mess. So you're better off just leave it alone.
No bugas.
And then once you have a lot of craters in your powder, I don't know if you guys can see that. Once you start seeing craters in your powder, just tap it back out so you can get a nice clean pearl. All the way in, tap, tap, tap. I mean, if I wanted a monster pearl, then I would just maybe give it one good tap and then go in with some pressure. And that way I get a nice huge pearl. Give that a few seconds to meet. And then I can go back in. There, tap, 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 all the way in, tap, 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 bounce, 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 let the two connect. And you can start seeing how the liquid and powder are meeting. And you can go from there.
Do you,
Okay?
do you eliminate all drip from your brush?
Not all of it. It
Because like I
depends.
have like this little hangnail of a drip there,
It's fine.
But I'm like, well, that could work for me. I'm just trying to judge how wet it should actually be.
It depends on how big or small you want your pearl is.
Right.
So like if you want like the average size pearl, so we're gonna go all the way in, like we'll say like a rebalance pearl or a fill-in pearl. It doesn't have to be anything huge. So you don't need to pick up a lot. You just need about that much. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right.
So like that much.
Ah, now stop. Stop.
I lost it.
Yes, you lost it. So stop. Let go.
All right.
Okay, because it's not going to do anything. This is what I meant. If you don't bounce or you don't use enough pressure, the pearl will just drop off and it will stay in there. If it stays in there, leave it alone because in about 30 seconds to a minute, it's going to cure. It's going to harden. And then you can go ahead and fish it back out. But if you try to do it too early while it's still super wet, you're just going to make this big mess in your powder. So you're better off to just leave it alone, let it go. Wipe your brush. Always wipe your brush before you go back into your liquid. And when we say wipe, I mean you want to wipe your brush. That's why you generally need like paper toweling that has some kind of grit or like texture to it so it can help remove any kind of gunk that'll be in your brush to pull the gunk out. All right, you just did something strange. Go back in for me real quick.
I turned it over.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what you just did.
So I did this.
All the way in.
Pressing.
All right, press.
And
And
came
now
up.
tap off on the side.
One,
Bounce,
two,
bounce, bounce.
I
Okay.
turned it over.
Okay. And now you're going to go into your
Now I'm
powder.
going. Right.
All right. See, it's a slight angle and it's bounced. Nope, you already let go.
Ah.
So what's happening is you're just holding it there. You have to bounce into it. So all the way in
Okay.
the liquid. Tap, tap, tap. And then you have to push in, bounce, bounce,
Am I
bounce,
hesitating too much?
bounce. Yes, you're
Okay.
just holding it there. You got to bounce into it.
Okay. I did better last time. I don't know what time.
This is cover peach, y'all, too, if you're curious. Cover peach.
At least it's colorful, kind of.
No, go
No?
back in. No, you didn't tap anything off.
Yeah, I
You
did.
like shook.
No, I did this.
Yeah, it wasn't enough.
Okay. Right, where's my thing? There it is.
Press. There you go.
Press.
That
press.
much better. Okay,
Okay.
now go in.
Now twist.
Okay. And then
And
bounce,
oops.
bounce, 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 bounce.
Oh, almost. I went.
No, leave it alone.
Oh, yeah,
Once
that's
it does that, just leave it there.
Right.
So
The
you
process
still
was
have
almost
way
working.
too much liquid on that brush.
You think?
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
For sure, because it like dropped. It was
Too much.
dripping in the powder before you even got to the powder.
Right.
Like
right.
that's what this little guy was.
Right. So too wet.
Far too wet. Just because I say bounce, tap, 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 that's how many I'm doing. So
Right.
there is no like set stone, like, oh my God, every single time verbatim, you're going to go tap. It's a matter of how much liquid you're looking at your brush. It's like a monster pearl.
That's what I was saying. Like, I think this is still too wet. So, oh, kind of spreading it and stuff.
So you're going all the way in, and then you just keep pressing right underneath the ferrule to get all that extra liquid out. All right, so that's not bad. I mean, that's a really tiny pearl, but it's kind of messy. So see how it's all over the brush?
Oh, damn it.
It's got to stay on one side of the brush. So tap, tap, tap. When
So
you
is that my angle?
A little bit of your angle and a little bit because it was way too wet. So it just started like a booger, like snot just dripping everywhere.
Still too wet. Okay.
So because you want it to be clean on the side of the brush you're not using.
Right.
So if it gets all over the other side, you know what I mean? It's got to be on one side.
Okay. All right. Da, da, da. Da, da, da.
You can do it. You can do it.
Oh, I can do it.
You guys, and hey, Twyla, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Okay. I mean,
Getting better.
Okay, cool. Wipe it off. Do it
Still
again.
attaching.
Okay. Okay. So here's the other problem. Here, wipe your brush really good. You can't keep wiping and like wiping in the same exact area because you're just gonna gunk your brush up. I can tell you that I don't like your brush.
Yeah.
Your brush is not a good brush for acrylic. I can tell you that right away. Absolutely not. No. No. You sure you don't want to try mine? You want to try my Greg brush?
I don't want to mess it up. Last time I messed them up.
No, it's okay.
I felt horrible.
Okay. It's okay. Try my Greg brush.
And Greg should send me a free one.
Go ahead. Try the Greg brush.
Because
you might like it.
I should have stock in that.
If you want a bigger brush, you try the Greg brush. You go all the way in, and then you're going to tap on the side, and then you're going to pull a pearl. That's it. 1, 2, 3. And then wipe your pearl off, wipe your brush, and then go in and do it again. If you do this, I'm telling y'all, if you want to learn how to pull pearls, the same pearl every single time, all you need, and I learned this from Greg, you need this. Sit down for an hour, go through this entire 8-ounce or 6-ounce bottle and some powder. Go through it, use it, and call your shots. It's like shooting pool. Call your shots, knowing that's much better. Much better. Look, look, look. Look, see? A bad plumber has bad tools. You have to have the right tool for the job. That is far better, boo. All right, cool. Do it again. Oh, it looks so nice. Take down. Do it again.
Well, see, like Greg should send me a free one because he knows how much you spend on young nails. If I liked young nails too, wow. Imagine what that sale would be.
That would be insane. All right, go ahead. Tapping it off. There you go. And then you're going to go into the powder, right? There you go. That's much better. See, a
A
bad
little bit mess.
That a little bit, but that is so much better. You
Yeah,
see
that
the
looks pretty good.
improvement.
Yeah.
Not bad. All right,
It
wipe
really
it
is the
off.
brush. That one's too pointy, I think.
Yeah.
I think that one's too pointy.
All right. Always go with the ferrule. No. Just go with the ferrule.
Go with the ferrule this way.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you. Yes. But you don't like smash it down and go all willy nilly with it. That's how you'll ruin it.
That's what Bob Ross does. You ever see what Bob Ross does?
You ain't Bob Ross. Holy crap. Jesus. Because you ain't making no happy little pearls over here.
I'm trying to make happy. I made one. No, it's a happy pearl.
Bruh.
That was a happy pearl.
Bruh. All right.
Come on.
Try to keep this erect. You got to keep it erect. Keep it erect.
Turn it over.
Use the side that there you go. Much better. All right. So
it's that angle too.
It's really a little bit of an angle. I find that it's so much easier.
Yeah. It's a little wet because it's moving.
Yep. Wipe it off. I find for me it is so much easier when like at work, at the salon, I always keep my jars completely full, right? Because once I get to about this level, I feel like I have to fight for it more. So I like to always keep my work jars full. Let me see if I want to help you out some. You want me to help you out some? Let me get a full jar, a brand new jar. Look at that.
Oh my.
Look.
Oh me, oh my.
That's a pretty color. That's part of the jelly collection. That's Cuddle Fruit Jelly. Here. It's so much easier when it's
Twyla Keeney.
Yes.
Said hi.
I heard. I saw. I said, hey,
okay.
Twyla. Thank you for my cookie.
Twyla?
Yeah. You know Twyla.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See? Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? Yeah. All right. Now you pull a pearl, and then we're going to move on to like the next step.
Oh, that's sparkly.
Okay. Too. That's okay. It could be sparkly. All right. Tap, tap, tap.
1, 2. Nah, I don't like that.
You can do this. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Now I'm getting pressured.
Not bad. So like you're kind of scooping a little. I want you to bounce. I want you to bounce in it. See, bounce, 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 bounce into it. You're kind of trying to like scoop, scoop, scoop.
Yeah.
We scoop in gel. We bounce in powder. So I want you to go in and just bounce. It's a slight angle.
Bounce.
Slight angle. Look at the angle of my brush. It's not erect now, and now it's a little bit tilted.
Right.
Okay. In the liquid, I'm more erect when I'm getting the liquid off of my brush. And then I'm going to grab a bigger pearl. Bigger pearl means I'm going to bounce a little bit more and get a bigger pearl.
Okay. 1. Get off that. All right, here we go. Can you straighten that out?
Yep. Tap off your powder. And then generally, y'all, if you're right-handed, you usually want to keep all your stuff to the right. If you're left-handed, keep it to the left. It's really, really liquidy. Go ahead, wipe it off.
I like to scoop a little better.
I'm going to tell you why. You know what? We'll switch jars because your monomer is cloudy.
Oh, yeah, you're saying it's dirty.
So, you guys, white jars are really the way to go because you can see it better. So let me give cameraman my white jar because this one is cloudy. So you can always tell, like, if your monomer has become somewhat contaminated, it's not going to pull a pearl for you. It's not going to. It's going to always look boogery. It's going to come out wrong or wet. This is why you're always going to be better off pouring less. And then that way, once it becomes contaminated, you can replenish, right? So I'm just going to take some paper towel. I put it in there to absorb it out. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use my magic wand to put that in the bin. And then we'll go from there. So, all right. So let's do a little light housekeeping right quick, right? So I'm just going to take this. I'm going to fold this in half. All right, cameraman, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You need to put a dash of liquid into your jar. Here you go. Okay. You ready?
Oh, no, I got to do this again.
Yep. You just need a scotch, though. You got this. All right, y'all. Should we take a poll of how much he's going to spill?
T for
Keep it
Tony.
on. Okay,
Oh, look at that. You
that's
see
all
that
you
go?
need. That's all
All
you
right.
need.
Yeah, but it was great. Let the
Okay,
seat go.
yay.
Yay. It
Good
didn't
job.
get all over the rim or the seat.
Hooray, good
Yay.
job.
All right, cool.
All right, cool. I would strongly recommend when you need more liquid, even if you just run out, make sure the jar is cleaned and wiped out so you're not putting it back into dirty gobbledygook. All right, cool. You ready for the next step, or you want to do this again? Still on
I need to do one more pearl.
All right. So
this will ruin my trend.
I want you to call it though. What size pearl? Are you going to do a medium?
I'm going to do like
or a large.
Medium.
Okay. Keep it erect. Here, you're out of turn. Come over this way a little bit so everybody can see what you're doing. That's a lot, but okay, cool.
What's a lot?
I didn't mean to. There you go.
All right.
Where do you want your powder?
I don't know. I do not know. Let me see.
All right, you're going to tap, 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 and then you're going to go in and you're going to bounce, bounce, bounce. Y'all can't tell. He's southpaw over here. All right, that's a small pearl. I want wipe the pearl off right here, right? Just wipe it off. There you go. Wipe your brush, go back into your liquid.
Okay.
Do another pearl that same size.
Do you switch sides? Do you think about that? You think, okay, I just did it on this side. Let me do it on the other side. It doesn't matter. Okay.
As long as you follow the ferrule, that's what matters. So just follow the way the hairs are.
Right.
You know, I try to always have like the logo is what's facing me when I'm tapping. It's a little messy, but go ahead. All right. Nope. I want you to, yes, I want you to keep making them so we can see your progression here.
Oh.
So your next pearl is going to go here.
Okay.
If you guys are training and you want to see how well you're doing, I mean, you can get like the papers we all got in beauty school with the little circles and laminate it. You can just do it on paper towel. It's fine too. You know, so you can kind of see your own progression. There you go. That's better. Go ahead.
Smaller.
It's small. So the thing is are you trying to get these small little pearls? Or you want a big pearl?
I want a bigger.
Okay, no, stop. You need to wipe and clean your brush.
Yeah, yeah. It had glitter all over it. You could see it.
There's glitter in the powder.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, go back into the liquid.
All right.
All the way in. Just in. You don't need to be doing that. There you go. Tap, tap, tap. Now go into the powder. And then bounce with pressure and purpose. There you go. Much better. That is much better. You can do a fill, like a 2.5 week fill with that pearl.
Right.
That's fine. Drop it off. Just drop it off. Okay. No. Just like you were doing before. Just drop it off.
I know. I just wanted this to look like something.
Yeah. No. All the way in. Tap, tap, tap. There you go. Much better with controlling and then finding some fulcrum there. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Much better. But it's better. You're improving. See?
Right.
Okay. And then wipe that off. Very good. Cool. Okay. Ready? Do you want to use this color or the peach for what we're about to do?
I like that color.
You like this color?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Ready? All right. Here's your liquid.
Just start.
And here's the powder. All right. Let's see if I can get this in frame. Liquid and powder. All right. So I'm going to cap everything and take it away from where I get my cap on. So once you can pull a pearl, the next step is really just to go ahead and do a simple overlay, right? So step 2, prep. Most important part of everything you do is prep. So we're going to take our magic wand and we push back our cuticle. If there's anything really stuck, you can use this side of your magic wand to kind of scratch off anything that's stuck to the nail plate. I'm going to come in with an arbor band at 150 grit. And your range on that is going to be anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 RPMs. I generally stay at around 6,000 RPMs. Okay, take my client. Now my client, her elbows are kind of out, right? So it brings the hand to be a little bit of a diagonal pull. I'm going to go into my overhand grip. So my thumb goes to the side and the rest of my fingers come around. This gives me full range so I can move my client. I can move from side to side. What happens is a lot of people want to start here And what'll happen is you will eventually run in and one hand will start to hit into the other. So if I'm coming around, then my right hand, my dominant hand starts working into my left, and I don't have that same area to work in. You get a larger range of motion if you go into that and more control. So come around, the bit stays parallel to the nail, come around the cuticle area.
So you kind of hold it from overhead instead of like to the side.
What do you mean?
Well, you're coming at it from this angle.
Yes, I'm coming from an angle.
Right,
yes.
right.
But I keep my bit parallel with the nail, which is the
Mhm.
most important there.
Right.
And then no pressure. And I'm just going to come down, which is also a diagonal kind of pull. And I'm just going to lightly make contact, tickle down the nail, make contact, make contact, make contact. No pressure. Let the bit do the work until I can take all the shine off the nail. Are we good so far?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try that?
No.
No? Okay, chicken.
Well, I did
Oh,
did that
yeah,
on my
you're
thing.
already prepped.
That way I don't have to switch spots and change all your stuff.
That's okay, but let's give you a little bit of a longer nail. So take that one. I was writing on that one, but that's okay. You can use that one because you're going to want something that has a little bit more meat to it. Because the next step, so wipe away the dust. I'm going to come in with a little bit of swipe. Clean that off. And the swipe is your dehydrator, so it's going to get rid of any kind of contaminants, debris, gobbledygoo on the nail surface, stabilize pH. And once that has evaporated, we're going to come in with our protein bond. And you're just going to put a little layer down. For acrylic and hard gel, you can do 2 layers. Okay. And then you're going to let that do its job. And it's protein bond isn't like your standard primer, right? So it's not acid. It's not methacrylate acids. So it's not going to get all like chalky and dry looking. It's just going to go from being shiny to less shiny when you know that it's ready to go. And it's super duper sticky. All right, because everything in my life is sticky. All right, here you go. So we're going to go all the way in. I'm going to tap off the side, and then I'm going to bounce. I did 2 taps, 2 bounces, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to drop my pearl off, and it's at a bit of an angle, close to a 45-degree angle. The finger has to be pointed down so the acrylic will run down. And all we're doing is working it in to make it nice and clean at the cuticle area. And then you can blend it once it starts to dry up a little bit. You can blend it from the front. Blend, blend, blend. And then you can take your second pearl, tap, tap, bounce, bounce, 2, 3, 4. And that pearl I'm going to put on backwards so I can blend it into the first pearl and let gravity do its job by letting it flow down. Trust the run. Trust the run. And then I'm just going to place it right where it needs to be. That's it. Nice clean overlay. If you're going to do any light strokes, it's just lightly smoothing it out. I'm not trying to move the acrylic as much as I'm just smoothing it out. There you go. Nice clean overlay. You ready? You going to do that?
Well, I think I need to learn some more pearls.
You still want to do some pearls?
I think I need to learn a lot more pearls before.
All right. All right. Well, step 2, when you're done with your pearl, is really just doing a nice clean overlay.
Are you building the arch at that time? Or are you just kind of thickening up for when? How do you know how much you want on it, really? I mean, because you still have to have your, I don't know all the names, but you have to have your arch
Your apex, I
Your
think, is what you're
apex, yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, your high point.
Yes.
And you still got to have a certain amount of thickness. So
Yes. So normally when you're building a nail, right, the shorter the nail, like in a length like this, the shorter the nail, the further away from the cuticle your apex would be. Apex simply means high point. So you have an upper arch, which is the ascension from thinnest to highest. And that highest is the apex. So the shorter the nail, the further from the cuticle the apex becomes, right? So it can be an apex could be usually in this region on a shorter nail. The longer the nail, like my nail length or anything longer, the longer the nail is, the closer to the cuticle the apex has to be so it can support the strength, the structure. Does that make sense? So the shorter the nail, the further away from the cuticle, the longer the nail, the closer to the cuticle. But again, it's one of those things, it's very little absolution. It's not like, oh my God, it has to be right here every single time.
right.
Now in competitions, a little bit closer to that, like they're going to say they want whatever it is, 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters is the height of your apex. And then you would have, again, based on your length, how and where you place that apex. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and that's the high part. The C curve is the rest of your structure, and that helps with breaking and collapsing. And that is having it so it ascends thinnest on the side walls to thickest, back down to thinnest.
Right. You still want to think of it kind of cylindrical, not necessarily flat.
Correct. You can't have it flat, it'll break.
Right. That's what's kind of throwing me off a little bit is how do you determine how much without like over building it up or under building it up so that you.
Yeah.
I think right here I'd be more worried about under building it.
Right here, there's very little filing to do because if you look at it on the profile, if you look at a profile view, let me see if I can get this on the camera. Hold on. Oh, wait, if I do it like that. All right. So if you look at it on the profile, you can see it's a little bit lower here and gets to be a little bit higher right about here.
Can you bring it back this way a little bit?
Towards you?
Yeah. There you go.
All right. So when we look at it here, you can already start to see that it slightly comes up to right about there. There's going to be your apex, but I haven't filed it or anything yet.
Right.
So you'll file in your upper arch and apex, but it'll go right about there.
Right at the point or right where that's leaving your nail?
All right. So thinnest, and the apex will be right about here when I'm done filing.
Okay, right there.
Yeah, like right about there. Right where I'm trying to point with.
Cool.
You can already see it kind of starting to come in. And then what'll happen is you'll keep that kind of congruent, I think is the math word. So it just stays this way. So like right now it's a little low right there, but I should be able to file to kind of bring the rest of that in. Or if I really felt it was too low, I just put more acrylic on it and then file it.
Kind of feel it how you did that last little overlay?
Yeah, because there was a little valley. So I was like, oh, let me just put a little bit more on there.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, you don't want to build bricks and 4x4s, right? But you do want to, oh, thank you. That is a pretty color, Kim, right? Have you ever tried their jelly colors? Hey, welcome in. This one is Cuddle Fruit Jelly. Hey, Anna, welcome in. So it's really like, you'll get used to seeing like where it sits in. What, babe?
Just you're off to the side there.
Oh.
Low.
Yeah. All right. I had it zoomed in. Let me bring it back down a little bit.
There you go.
All right, cool. That is a pretty color. I do like it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Not bad for a quick little like overlay in it.
No, it looks good like that. Put some gloss on it and.
Yeah, there's very, very little to file that way, right? So, and is she hard? Yeah, she's hard. So then we can go in and file it and file your eye formation, right? So we're doing like beginner. So we can come in with our safety bit. You can come in with an X cut too, if you like an X cut, you know, whatever you like to work with. These are the same, like the same grit. It's just one is beveled. So if you're not going to be able to cut somebody with it. All right. So I'm going to come in at 12,000 RPMs. Same thing. I'm going to come on that same angle and I'm going to watch and I'm going to work so I can see it from the profile, right? So when I get to my profile, I'll be able to see and watch my arch come right in or watch my apex come right in. So see this, watch. So we know we have zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3.
Right.
Same on my E file, right?
Sandra
Same on my
says
bit.
So, you know, Sandra and her daughter are watching.
Hey, hey, how are you guys? It's welcome to my channel, Miss Shirley's Place.
What?
No. Her daughter calls me Shirley, but it's okay. I kind of like it. When I was in Fort Lauderdale, I used to get called Shirley a lot. Fort Lauderdale and Miami, so it's kind of endearing. I like it. It's sweet. All right, so we break this down to zones. So we have zone 1 is the first third, the middle third is 2, the bottom third is 3. The zones of your E file, the zones of your bit, always match up to the zones on the nail. So what I just had my handy dandy tool. Oh, here it is. Okay. So if you have the nails broken down into thirds as well, what am I out of?
Yeah, you should
okay.
Above the letters,
yeah.
please.
Just use your words.
Yeah.
All right. So zone 1 is the first third, zone 2 is the middle, and zone 3 is the free edge area. And then when you look down the barrel of the nail, again, we're going to break it into thirds. We're just going to look at it from a vertical point of view. So we're going to break it down this way. 2 is still going to be the center, but this will bring you to zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. So if we can remember all 3 zones and all the positions, your file and your zones always match up. So we're going to come back to 12,000 RPMs. My client is on a little bit of a diagonal, right? So she's coming this way. I'm looking at the profile. I'm looking at the side view. And then when zone 1 of my E file comes down, it goes down there. I can now see how like my upper arch brings me right into that high point. Can you see that, Bay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then zone 2, make contact. And then zone 3 makes contact down there. There's not a lot to file. We laid it down really nice, so we don't have to sit there and go all day and all night for it. We're just gonna go around just a little bit. The trick when you come down in the eye formation, the stem of the eye, is to not let the file come too far. If it's out of your sight, then you don't know what it's doing over here. You have to keep the bit in your sight, the whole bit. All right, down, and then I'm gonna look down the barrel. Oh, Sally, don't you go popping and locking on me. Zone 1 to 1, 3 to 3, and then 2 to 2, right? Zones always match up. And we're looking at the nail. I'm not looking at the file at all. If I just look at the nail, my 2 hands will naturally start to meet where they need to go. Look down the side. And really, that's all she needed. That's it. I can come in and do a little bit more refining. And that's when we come back in with our arbor band. Or you can do it by hand. It's fine. Just leave it in there. Just leave it in there. It's fine. It's how it cleans.
I know. I wanted to play with it.
Oh, okay. All right. You can play with your brush. It's okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were worried about it being in there. I'm sorry. All right. So I'm going to come back in at 9,000 RPMs. I'm going to do the same thing, nice and tight and close around that cuticle area. Get her in there.
Gotta come up center.
Here we go. Bring her down. And I'm just refining her just a little bit. Put it all in there. This really is a pretty color. I haven't used this color in such a long time. All right, I'm going to go into client profile so I can kind of check her out this way. Refine my shape, refine my shape. I'm going to find my T, as my nail bestie would say. When you're making those square shapes, find your T, right? So it looks like the letter T. Come across. And then I can go back in and finish. Oop. I know, Sally girl, it's almost time for a new Sally. I'm going to come in with a 150. And I'm going to do my 5-point filing. So number 1 is on my sidewall. I'm just making sure my sidewall is nice and clean and straight coming from the growth channels. And then what happens is I bring it over, bring my index finger over. When we're on this side, I'm using pressure, keeping my index finger so it doesn't bend or flex or change. And then I just move it over to the other side. The other thing that's happening is I'm holding the nail and resisting it. Because if you just do it all willy-nilly, and that will wind up hurting people. Like, oh my God, the next day my hands felt so sore. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. You're going to feel that. And it's not a good feeling. So then on this side, when I come over, my ring finger braces and holds that nail in its place. And then I come in nice and straight. You can see where my file lines are on either side of Sally's finger. You see my dust lines. 3 and 4 are going to be your lower arches. That is everything that's hanging below the growth channel. So there really isn't a lot there. So that would be 3. You can kindly turn your client to the side, and 4. And I know, like, when I first started doing it this way, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to tell my clients to move on the side? Blah, blah, blah. It's the same as when I get my hair cut. When they tell me to look over here, bend your head, you just kindly tell them where, how you need them to be. They'll move. They'll move. They don't have a problem with it. They just want good nails. All right. And then, so we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is your free edge. Just make sure that's nice and straight. And then always come back and look at it again from client profile. Come in here. And just kind of making sure everything is nice and smooth and tight. Make sure you find your T. Get the letter T. Oh, it's hard to show that on camera. Let me see if I can find it. So you want to see the letter T. How can I show that on camera? Here. How do you show the camera that? Like, this is my angle, but like you can't really see that from here, right?
Side?
From here?
No, turn the whole hand like this. Show this going down like this.
Okay, but I can't see that I can't see a T from here.
Yeah. I guess you'd have to turn it over.
So, yeah, I don't know how to show that on the camera. I'd have to move the camera, I think, to like over my shoulder to show you my point of view.
If you lay it down and you put the...
Yeah, then all you see is the file.
Push.
Is that it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. You can show it like that. So, because you want to find the T, you want that file to be straight on the free edge. So you see the letter T kind of show up. But I usually just do it right from there. But that's kind of hard to show on camera. I don't know. I'll have to figure out that angle, y'all. I don't know. What would MJ do? WWMJD. All right. I know most of y'all in here are thinking the same thing, right? Like, what would MJ do? I need to invoke my inner MJ. Like, come to me. Teach me. Whisper in my ear, friend. Okay. All right.
Looks good.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm just looking for any like last little tweaks. I always look at it a bazillion different ways, touch it 100 different ways. Right? There we go. Cool. Super cute. Come back in. Now you could totally go back in with your cuticle bit, tighten it up at the cuticle line. So you can go in with a square bit. So let's grab a square bit. And I'm going to come in at 6,000 RPMs at my square bit. Bloop. Get her in.
Why do you call that a square bit?
Because it's called a square bit. That's what the package says, but it's kind of like, I mean, I know it's cylindrical, but it's not as cylindrical or conical as, say,
Well, it's not conical, but it's a cylinder.
right. You know, like,
Yeah, it's got a conical
this
tip.
is, yeah, this has a
So
little
it's a
bit
sharp
more.
edge top.
Yes.
Flat top, basically. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But mostly because the package says square bit, so I call it a square bit.
There you go.
I was watching TikToks the other day of Chef Ramsay, and Chef Ramsay was like, "How did you prepare this, rice or whatever?" And he was like, "In a pot." I was like, "Oh my God, he's gonna, ooh." All right, so you can come back around, tighten up your line right at that cuticle area with your square bit. Absolutely. I know that I have some clients that if they have a lot of like dryness or calluses, like I'll come in, and just kind of buff their calluses a little bit or their dryness with it too. Very lightly. All right, come in, and then we're gonna go in with our manicure brush, wipe away the debris, and then I can come back in with my swipe, clean her off with a little bit of swipe. And I'm just going to fold out of my filing debris at this point. Just kind of fold her away. And then we can just finish her off. Let's get a little bit of top coat. Let's see. Ultimate Finish. Why? Because it's the first one I grabbed. No special reason. I mean, I like Ultimate Finish just because it's a no wipe. I like Manicure Top because it doesn't bulk out. Stain resistant is awesome for like my hairdressers. But this was an acrylic overlay, so any top coat would do the trick. I'm just going to come in, nice thin layer, get her all over. Easy breezy. There we go. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get cameraman's stuff is all where my lamp is. Let me just move some of this over and get my lamp. All right. So I'm going to put her in. I'll show you one other trick we can do. So this is 60 seconds. And I'll show you one more quick little trick just to kind of finish her off if needed. I could have done this before the top coat, but I'm thinking that this might be helpful. Especially if you want like those super duper thin finishes. That you're a free edge kind of thing. Oh my gosh. Today was definitely a Monday. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but it definitely felt like Monday in the salon today. All right.
Most people don't work in a salon on Monday.
Really? Well,
most salons are closed.
I do. Twyla does.
Does she?
Yes, because I saw her today. Do y'all work on Mondays? See, chat. You guys work on Mondays? I like Mondays in my salon. It is so chill. It's such a nice day to work. It's so quiet. All right, let's go. All right, so last little detail things you could do if you wanted to. If you want it super thin at the free edge, you could have done this earlier in the process. But what you can do is you can take your bit and just at a very slight angle kind of come up. I'm at about 9,000 RPMs. And it's kind of hard. Not that hard. I'm not finishing my sentences. Sorry. I'm thinking of like 50 different things because Sally makes everything a little bit like trickier to me. All right. Just a little tap, tap, tap in underneath. And it'll just kind of thin it out. I don't know if you guys can see from that angle. But it'll just kind of thin out your C curve a little bit.
Here's some debris.
What?
Tore it up a little bit.
Yeah. Tore it up? What do you mean tore it up?
I just thought I saw a lot of fiber.
Oh, that's just the plastic because of the plastic tip is on
Yep.
the
Oh yeah, that's
underside.
right. That's right.
That's why I'm like, Sally makes everything harder than it needs to be, you know.
Right, right.
So, and I hate the way that smells, and I don't like the rider driving on plastic there, but that's all right. Well, but there we go.
Cool.
Nice little overlay of nail. Easy breezy. If you're in salon, go ahead, put a little cuticle oil on that. Give her some hand sanitizer. Collect your money and get on to the next one. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Oh, it's so hot in here. All right, cameraman, you think you got it?
Oh yeah, I can't wait till next time.
You gonna do this?
I'm gonna do it next time.
What do you think, chat? Cameraman should bust out a full set, just
No,
like this.
I'll do one.
Full set of overlays. No, full set like Sally is 4 nails.
Well, I'll do one, and then after that one, I'll get the rest.
Y'all want to see his first one? Should I post it? He's good. See, Sandra said you got this. No worries.
I'll get it.
You got this.
I ended up getting some decent pearls towards the end there.
Sandra does some beautiful nails. Sandra's going to go to beauty school, and she's going to wind up being the one that teaches the teacher. I can see it already. It's going to be awesome. We got to get you some scholarships, though. I'm going to find you some scholarships. I'll post them on Discord. All right, cool. Girl, you know your work is beautiful. Holy cannoli. Alrighty. So thanks you guys for coming, hanging out with me. We'll do step 4 through 5 the next time. We're going to get cameraman doing nails. That's my goal. I'm going to teach him how to do nails. Alrighty, guys. We'll be back. We'll see you next Monday. Enjoy. Thanks for hanging out. Like, share, subscribe, all the things. Sandra says you may just love it. You will.